All right, so once again, I just recorded a really awesome reflection. It was like 10 minutes long, and I forgot to turn up the sound input. Um, so howdy y'all again for me. Let's reflect. Got this list here of everything noted in the activity description. So I'm just gonna go one by one again and make sure I hit all my points. How to build positive classroom climate and culture. Number one, norms and procedures. Beginning of the year, establishing those norms, what I expect, what the kids expect, um, working together, collaborating with them, setting those, and then reviewing them, modeling them more at the beginning of the year, and then intermittently every once in a while throughout the year, or as needed if there's an incident or there's a lot of this behavior or that, or this isn't being observed, or whatever procedures. And I'm going to clump this in with transitions. Having procedures and transitions, again, um, establish those because it's so important to be able to keep that machine oiled and greased so that it continues to run, so that you aren't like losing momentum, getting distracted. um, and I think just having those procedures and transitions really set in stone, and having them done, performed well, just kind of, I don't know, even feeds into like meeting expectations of each other, and like knowing what everybody needs, and uh yeah, already setting high expectations. Gee whiz, like I really um I I care so much for my kids, and I like to think that after our relationships are started and mature, that they care for me too. And I think having high expectations, and me for them and them for me, is really important. Knowing how to and again, that ties in with just understanding our norms and our procedures, um, and I think being really supportive, really encouraging, not only me of them, but them with each other, with their peers. Um, uh, you know, uh, 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 Promoting, taking that like next step, expounding, expanding, using your own words, being more descriptive, thinking outside the box, having fun, being creative, just seeing like, oh, what if this could be done now, but what if, having those high expectations, um, can be actually really fun, and I think really freeing when you're able to just try. And I think and I think also letting them know that it's okay to fail, it's okay to mess up. That's often when we learn the most, or just learn a lot. And even failure can be, kind of fun. Like, hey, you know what? I tried this and thought it might have been really cool, and it wasn't, but sure, man, it was a good time. Using tech tools, another gee whiz here, because I have such little experience with like tech. I've really kind of kept pen, paper, whiteboard, marker, um, which I think now, because it's always been very overwhelming for me. There's just so much out there, and so how do you even begin? And if I don't know how to, and so that, which just keeps me from beginning at all. But I think in these past modules, I've I think I have a much better understanding of it. And sure, there's a whole lot out there, but that can be exciting too, because you have options that allows for creativity again, which I think creativity and curiosity are top notch. Um, so yeah, using tech tools, and there's tech out there, there's an app out there to help you with anything: assessment, quizzing, tracking, communication with kids, communication with parents, feedback, games, polling, or differentiation, which is huge. And The more experienced you are with tools like these, I think the more advanced your teaching ability becomes. Communication with parents, I think is paramount, or is very, very, very important, is of high import. You know, I think the better they understand me, the better I understand them, the better we together understand our kids, the better for everybody. Um, and having those relationships with the parents, I think, uh, can just makes it just really um, um, what am I looking for? What am I look? Oh yeah, it really goes a long way towards like involvement and being more engaged in our kids' lives. And the more involved we can be, the more engaged we can be with them. I think the more invested they become as well. So I think that's huge. And this is the first position I've ever had where I actually get to communicate with parents. So I have two classes that I see every day, each for half the day. And so I have two WeChat parent groups in both. And really all that's required of me is that I send a weekly update. I send that every Saturday morning. But, I also try to pop in and stay current with their messages between the Chinese teachers and themselves. And every once in a while, like I try 3, 4 times a week just to send something like a little like, hey, we did this today and it was super fun. Or, if a kid is sick, chiming in and be like, how's Davis's mom, Davis's dad, how's he doing? I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's okay. When's he coming back? And I think they really appreciate that. And also, like I do miss my kids and I do like my kids. And it's fun to be able to have a platform or a way to, like to have that kind of like outlet for, alrighty. Import of video observations. If I How I understand this is, well, I'll just go on. So every day there are videos. My Chinese co-teachers, one of them will take like a video, bits of my lessons every day and send them to the parent group. And for me, that's awesome. I mean, for the parents too, but being able to look back at my classes each day, so that it helps me stay fresh. It helps me kind of like better understand. It helps me assess myself so that I'm better able to provide for, care for, and like cater to my kids. Also, in the last, and so far in our education here at Moreland, we've gotten to watch a lot of other teacher videos, which is wonderful. Um, it's having that uh, it, it gives perspective, and being able to kind of assess others better helps me assess myself. And also you just like, hey, that was a cool idea, or you know what, I like how they did that, or that was crappy, don't do that, or I don't know, I think maybe if you blah blah blah. So yeah, I think it's really important. Oh goodness me, I think I this I think for the first time in my life, I'm truly I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Like I feel passion, which is amazing. And I think the more that I learn and grow as a teacher, the more I learn and grow as a student here at Moreland, the more excited I become, the bigger my world, my world of possibilities are so much bigger, so many more. And it just it's really, really cool. And I think I'm again, for the first time in my life, I'm really proud of myself for how I've done and am doing both in this program and this last year as a teacher. And I'm just really excited, really looking forward to seeing Bill 2024 this time next year. Um, so yeah. Alrighty, well, I am going to end it here. Make sure that I actually did record the audio, submit it, and then start prepping for my morning class. So thanks so much, and see y'all later.